Takamorei is her classmate, and he has a secret, a big one. He has a serious crush on her. How does she know? Well, ever since she was a kid, she's been able to hear people's thoughts. You might think that's cool, but to her, it feels more like a curse. Most people see her as weird or useless because of it. Thankfully, it didn't mess her up emotionally. In fact, it made her tougher. She's used to it by now. Or at least she was, until she got seated next to Takamorei. Now, every time he thinks about how cute Minamikawa is, she hears it loud and clear. And honestly, she wishes he would just stop already. Takamorei is shy and quiet, but girls still like him because he's good-looking. It's kind of strange, since he doesn't really show much emotion. He even casually thanked a girl who gave him a present, like it meant nothing. That moment made Minamikawa realize something. In all her life, she's never heard a boy think she was cute, at least not while she was reading their minds. And Takamorei? His thoughts are intense. She just wants him to keep it together and stop thinking such awkward stuff when he's sitting right next to her. At one point, she gave him a sharp stare without even meaning to, which made him notice her, but she quickly looked away, pretending nothing happened. Takamorei accidentally drops his eraser, and since it lands closer to Minamikawa's desk, she picks it up and hands it back to him. As she returns it, Takamorei locks eyes with her, completely mesmerized. He's overwhelmed by how close her face is. His thoughts race. She used her energy just to help someone like me? She's like a goddess, so kind. I love her so much. Minamikawa hears everything. Her cheeks instantly turn bright red, caught completely off guard by his raw, honest thoughts. She's frozen, not knowing how to react. Takamorei, suddenly realizing he might have stared too long, panics a little inside. Oh no, did I creep her out? Meanwhile, Minamikawa is trying to figure out what to do with her hands, her face still burning. This is way too much. How can someone be so open about their feelings, she thinks, flustered beyond belief. As she tries to cool off from the emotional chaos, Takamorei starts thinking that maybe he should keep the eraser forever. It's been touched by her, after all. In her mind, she pictures a totally different version of him. Bold, charming, glowing like the sun when he called her cute. If this keeps up, Minamikawa feels like she might actually die from embarrassment. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. Back in kindergarten, Minamikawa actually fainted from embarrassment just because the teacher patted her head. She's always been really sensitive to kindness and compliments. Most of her life, she's been used to people pretending to be nice while secretly talking behind her back. So when someone shows her genuine warmth, it hits way harder than insults ever could. To be fair, Takamorei never gave her permission to read his thoughts. He doesn't even know she can. She's the one who peeked into his mind. And honestly, she feels kind of guilty about it. Usually, she can block out other people's thoughts like a monk clearing their mind. After years of practice, she's gotten good at tuning people out. But Takamorei is different. His thoughts are loud, constant, and way too honest. This guy is basically an incel, she thinks to herself. Strangely, Minamikawa finds it easier to deal with insults than affection. Being hated is something she knows how to handle. Being adored? That's terrifying. Then a wild idea pops into her head. What if I make him hate me? If he disliked her, she could finally have a normal, peaceful school life. Yeah, that could work. If he started talking bad about her, she could just ignore him like everyone else. But how would she even do that? She can't just walk up to him and say, I hate you, for no reason, right? A little later, Takamorei asks Minamikawa if he can look at her textbook, since he probably forgot to bring his own. At first, she casually says she doesn't mind sharing, but then an idea hits her. Wait, this could be my chance. She quickly changes her answer and tells him no, refusing to let him see her materials after all. In her head, this is the perfect move. Take that, loser, she thinks. A cute girl just rejected you. Bet you feel crushed now, huh? She's hoping he'll start seeing her as mean or selfish and decide he doesn't like her anymore. Then maybe, just maybe, she can finally focus and enjoy some peace in class. But the moment passes and she starts second-guessing everything. Ugh, being the bad guy is harder than I thought. It's even more uncomfortable because he's sitting right next to her. She sneaks a glance at him, worried she went too far. Instead, Takamorei just thinks she looks adorable when she acts like that. Seriously? That didn't work either? He even tells himself that it's rare for her to act so cold, and that he's going to remember this moment forever. Wait, what did he just say? Defeated, Minamikawa sighs and ends up apologizing. She hands him the textbook after all. Takamorei, of course, is thrilled. He's already seen so many sides of her in just one day. Meanwhile, she just wants him to take the stupid book and shut up already. After everything that just happened, Minamikawa rushes to the girl's bathroom to catch her breath. Why is this happening to me, she wonders, staring at herself in the mirror. What did I ever do to deserve this kind of chaos? She can't believe Takamorei had the nerve to compliment her like that. Flustered and overwhelmed, she hides inside a bathroom stall, trying to calm her racing mind. She's never dealt with someone this obsessed with her before. If things keep going like this, she's sure she's going to lose it. He needs to hate me, she thinks desperately. Otherwise, I'm going to explode. Right now, she's drowning in embarrassment and feels like she might just die from the pressure. With no other options, Minamikawa decides she has to go all in. Time to take drastic action. Later, on top of the school building, she calls Takamorei to meet her alone. He agrees, playing it cool, but in his head he's freaking out. In a good way. He's soaking in every second of this, wanting to burn the memory of this rooftop moment into his brain forever. What could she possibly want to say to me up here, he wonders, heart racing. Minamikawa gets straight to the point. She wants to know what he really thinks of her. If the cheesy romance movies she's seen have taught her anything, it's that she needs to push him to confess, then she'll shut him down hard. That way, maybe he'll back off for good. It's not like she hates him or anything, but if she wants to stay sane, she has no choice. She thought she'd be okay if Takamorei said he hated her, but is that really true? Before she can even process anything, Takamorei's mind starts racing like a rocket. It's like a novel the length of a Shakespeare play is being written in his head in seconds. His face turns bright red as he thinks about how much he loves her, how special she is, and how she deserves to be protected no matter what. He's convinced she's so cute it could actually kill someone. Minamikawa's brain can't handle it. She starts seeing stars, literally. Overwhelmed by all the sweet thoughts flooding in, she completely shuts down and collapses to the ground. Takamorei panics and asks if she's okay, reaching out his hand to help her up. But she's barely hanging on to consciousness. In her head, she swears that one day she will make him shut up, out loud though. All she manages to say is, "I'm dying," which leaves Takamorei totally confused. Just to recap, Minamikawa has the ability to hear people's thoughts. Sounds cool, but to her, it's more of a curse. Most people don't like her, and their thoughts can be cruel. But by the time she turned 16, she had gotten used to it. It became part of her everyday life. She trained herself to tune it all out, treating those thoughts like background noise. As long as she didn't let the words get to her, they had no power over her. Honestly, with that kind of control, she could probably run for office someday. Then, one ordinary morning, she casually greeted Takamorei, just like always. And, like clockwork, he thought to himself, she's so cute today too. Minamikawa still can't get used to him. Why is the first thing that pops into his tiny brain always, she's cute? It's seriously driving her crazy. At this point, the embarrassment is so overwhelming. She'd rather he totally hated her and called her names than keep throwing compliments at her every 5 seconds. She's desperate to come up with a way to make Takamorei dislike her, and fast, or else she might end up having a stroke at this rate. As the school bell rings, she slumps in her seat, completely drained after another class filled with non-stop thoughts from him. He spent the entire period thinking about her. It's like he never gets mentally tired. How can one guy be this focused on me? Her face is sweating so much the desk might as well be soaked. She just wants to escape as quickly as possible, but her legs are barely working right. Her body feels weirdly light, like she's floating. Still, she stumbles out of the classroom, trying to make a getaway, only to suddenly stop. Wait, my bag! She rushes back, heart pounding. Out of all days, how could she forget her bag today? That's never happened before. It's totally Takamorei's fault. If he hadn't been filling her head with all that sweet nonsense, she wouldn't be in this mess. She slides open the classroom door, ready to grab her bag and go. But to her surprise, Takamorei is still sitting at his desk. School's already over, so why is he still here? Takamorei tells her that the teacher asked him to grade the tests. Seriously? Minamikawa can't believe it. What kind of teacher dumps all that responsibility on just one student? It seems so unfair. She wants to offer to help, but halfway through, she freezes. Wait, if I help him, he's going to start thinking all those embarrassing things again. I can't handle that. I'll literally die. So she makes a decision. She'll just let him handle it alone. Even though she feels incredibly guilty, her whole body trembling with hesitation, she quickly grabs her bag and rushes out. In her head, she's apologizing over and over. Sorry, Takamorei, I really am. She tells herself this way. He'll probably see her as just another fake nice person who ends up abandoning you when things get tough. But the moment she steps out into the hallway, she stops. She thought she had gotten stronger, that she had finally learned how to silence the voices in her head. But no, she's still as vulnerable as ever. Why does he have to sit next to me? Why him? And then she hears his thoughts again. Takamorei isn't upset. In fact, he's grateful. He's thinking about how kind she is for even bothering to talk to someone like him. He sees himself as boring and plain, but to him, she's someone special, someone who actually cares. That thought hits Minamikawa hard. She stands there in the hallway, speechless. For once, she doesn't feel embarrassed or overwhelmed. Instead, she feels warm, safe, happy. Her legs give out beneath her, and as she sinks to the floor, she realizes something. He's a kind person too. Minamikawa can't shake off the guilt of leaving Takamorei behind. Maybe I should go back and help him grade the tests, she thinks. But then reality hits. Nope, bad idea. What if she ends up in the hospital from sheer embarrassment? She bolts before her heart can change its mind. But yeah, the guilt wins in the end. She turns around and goes back, hoping they can finish quickly, maybe even before she passes out again. Takamorei, of course, is thrilled. He thinks it's amazing that she came back to help him. Please just stop thinking and start grading. She pleads in her head, already feeling her nerves crack. Then her pen runs out of ink, trying not to make a big deal out of it. She quietly asks if he has a spare. He hands her his extra pen, and when she grabs it, bam, their hands touch. Just for a second, but it's enough. Minamikawa yanks her hand back like she touched fire, realizing she made contact without even thinking. Meanwhile, Takamorei, totally chill. Actually, way too chill. He's thinking, I'm never washing this hand again. Seriously? Her face heats up like she's got a fever, and her head starts spinning. Oh no, not again. Before she can stop it, her knees give out and she drops to the floor. Yep, she's down. This is it. She's definitely going to die of secondhand embarrassment. The classroom starts spinning like a merry-go-round. Takamorei starts to panic when he sees Minamikawa suddenly drop to her knees. Don't act all concerned now, it's your fault, she thinks, flustered and frustrated. She can't figure out how he stays so calm. His thoughts are anything but normal, yet his face shows no sign of shame. How is he not dying of embarrassment like I am? Why does it always feel like she's the only one suffering here? It's totally unfair. This wouldn't be happening if he had just confessed properly from the start. But at the same time, it's not like she can straight up say she hates him either. Then something inside her snaps. They're completely alone in the classroom. No more holding back. She calls out his name, loud enough to shake the walls, and demands to know, do you like me? Her face is burning red, and she can barely bring herself to look at him, even though her voice was loud and clear. Takamorei's eyes widen. It's like someone flipped a switch in his brain. He quickly looks away, clearly overwhelmed. He's never been good at saying what he really feels. Before he can say anything, Minamikawa panics. Wait, no, don't answer. I can't handle it. She's already regretting everything. No matter what he says, she swears she'll end up fainting or hospitalized again. She begs him to pretend this never happened, says goodbye in a hurry, and slams the door shut behind her. Takamorei is left standing there, stunned. For the first time, his body language shows how he truly feels. What just happened, he wonders, his heart racing. He never imagined she actually had feelings for him, but somehow, whenever he's near her, it feels like his chest might burst from how fast his heart beats.